to salsa. They went from Becky to Oblita. They don't lost everything. So now they out here and saying they need to die on a sword. Who gonna clean the house, right? Who gonna pick the strawberries? Who gonna go out there and get the papayas and mangoes off the trees? Who gonna do all of this stuff that black folks don't want to do no more? Who gonna cut the grass? Let's be clear. That was jobs for us. We used to get paid pretty well to do all of these things at one point. Okay. And a lot of cats act like as if they're too good for it. Well, they are too good when you don't get paid. But see, there's tons of these Latino folks out here who are making millions of dollars through these landscaping businesses, y'all. Millions. Okay.
I can show you the before and after pictures of when I bought my home. The landscaping work that needed to be done, I could not do by myself. I can show you the before and after pictures, and I tell you guys, y'all tell me the price, and I could guarantee the price that you're willing to do it for. I had to pay more than what you'll be willing to do it for from a Latino. So we have this thought in our head that Latinos do stuff cheaply. That's a lie, like Chef C just said. And they got some money. So everybody's not poor, so to say. But before I need to introduce the wolf. Brother Juan J. Johnson, as you can see, and I'm glad you're with us tonight. Tony, yes, all four of us are here. And you know, it's nice outside. Chef C is traveling, taking care of some business, like I said in the opening. If you guys would like Chef C to retire, hit his cash app. He will no longer be a chef, and he could work for the people full time. Brother Juan, Brother Juan J. Johnson, this picture is from the other day. As you know, it's a black and white, what we call it. You are former law enforcement. You've probably have stood there and been there for more protests than most of us have been to. Um, what's your take on everything that's going on? And I remember Pat Talk a while ago, you mentioned when President Biden was allowing all these immigrants in, you said illegals in, you said these are middle-aged men. They could be weaponized at any given moment.
You said military age men.
Military age men, yes, excuse me, Dr. Short, thank you. So, Brother Juan J. Johnson, what's your thoughts?
Can you hear me first?
Absolutely, sir.
Like your white Jesus. I hear you.
Like Jesus and everybody here.
Praise him.
Yeah.
Praise Jesus.
And all those beautiful blonde locks that just cover
wash his feet, please.
With the alabaster box, don't forget. You just don't wash the feet. You gotta have the alabaster box, the oil from the alabaster box. I'm not surprised at what I'm saying, brothers. I've been saying this, that they've let a whole army onto these shores, and this is to be expected. Look, we ain't seen nothing yet. We haven't seen nothing. That's why I've been trying to encourage and trying to coach folks. Look here, you need to be ready, not getting ready. You need to be ready because look here, these folks, they're loyal to the resources, not to the country.
Come on.
Say that again. They're loyal to the resources. And when the resources dry up, all bets are off. It's destroyed. They can't, you got to realize where they come from. They come from chaos. No matter how you want to spin it, if you travel to any of these countries, you see how they live. They come from chaos per se. Okay, so they bring it here. We keep on thinking these folks, we all have things in common. I don't have nothing in common with some of these folks that's coming from the other countries. Nothing. Nothing. We read the reports of how the cartels cut off hands, cut off heads, destroy whole gene pools. Okay? And you don't think they're gonna bring that here? I'm gonna lost y'all mind. Y'all crazy. These are some sick Negroes who don't think that they're gonna bring their culture here, the way they process things. They don't like us. Let me keep it 100. They don't like us. They tolerate because you know what? Hey, from their countries, think about it. They got a hierarchy too. White, light skin, or higher ups, and the darker skins are supposed to be the servants. They get here, people like me should be serving them. Okay? But I'm telling them what to do. They can't wait to change this. They can't wait to change this.
So I have a couple clips here, and I want to get you guys' reaction to a couple clips here. Hold on. This is one.
What Gavin Newsom said. You need a. I mean, I live under Gavin.
Now let me just give some backstory. Gavin Newsom and our illustrious mayor and our illustrious mayor of LA. Know that when somebody says LA, it's not only just a city, but it's a county, Los Angeles County as well. They both said that they did not want the National Guard there. President Trump sent the National Guard there, and then he said that he was sending 700 Marines there as well. Like I said, when you protest, at any protest, what you have most of the time is anti-protesters as well, and you have law enforcement there only to provide safety and security. If you've ever been to a protest, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Law enforcement is not there to do anything else, and they'll actually tell you where to stand so you can remain safe. So these gentlemen and the people on CNN was talking about Gavin Newsom. Now let it play.
Newsom. I don't know how many people. I live under Gavin Newsom today over the last, 6 years. And I think we need to fact check his speech, to be very sincerely, because if you look at what he's done in California, he got the biggest surplus. It's gone. I mean, I can go down the fire hydrants even have water in them. I can go on and on and on. He's trying to differentiate himself from other candidates. He's running for president. At the end of the day, Abby, all I can say is that we had 11 million people that came into America illegally. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they came from. There's a lot of them in California. Californians, I haven't had anybody come up to me and say, hey, get the National Guard out of here. Nobody in California is saying that. They want to be safe. And to have President Trump send the National Guard, at the end of the day, it's a message that he didn't trust. He didn't trust Karen Bass, and he didn't trust Gavin Newsom to operate independently and to protect his troops, ICE agents, federal buildings, and so forth. So he did what he had to do. And I think Californians support that, to be very sincere, Abby. Angelenos support that. I don't hear anybody saying, get out of here.
I think it's
Good thoughts, gentlemen.
Well, I'll say this. Shout out to shout out to the propaganda machine. Okay. Shout out to the propaganda machine, man. And Gavin Newsom's empty threats and posturing. Nobody believes you, Gavin Newsom. Like I said before on a previous broadcast, Gavin Newsom is the Ken that nobody knew nothing about. That Ken doll, a lot of people never bought that damn doll. He was a goofy, and Gavin Newsom is just a goofy. We saw Gavin Newsom switch so many different positions over the last several months. He doesn't stand on nothing. He's definitely responsible for some of those fires in California. I'm putting that on Gavin Newsom. Okay, and his overall negligence when it comes to the community over there. So I don't want to hear shit about Gavin Newsom. He is the bottom of the bottom when it comes to crisis actors. Okay, he is the epitome of Two-Face. Okay, so anything that comes from that Gavin Newsom camp, you can almost immediately call bullshit. Niggas is lucky I ain't got my soundboard, but I call bullshit on Gavin Newsom immediately. I'm gonna land with that.
Dr. Short.
Unfortunately, that disgusting piece of shit is some kind of like a fifth or sixth cousin of mine. Unfortunately. And
Oh, gee.
I'm serious. Unfortunately. And he has another cousin that's despicable named Katy Perry. Oh, yeah, we're in the same family. It's really, I'm sorry. I'm glad I'm black, okay? Look, he's moist. Obama and them wanted him to be the presidential candidate. And so he still wants it. And it's interesting that the big showdown that's going on, like just a little over a year from the midterm elections, is California. They knew that. This is all to posture to get rid of Trump. And, you know, those fires, if they had it their way, they'd say Trump lit them all individually. But they can't. So that's what I'm saying. He's a fuck up. His drunk ass aunt, Nancy Pelosi, is the biggest fundraiser for the Democratic Party. They want him to run against Vance or whomever in 2028. And this is his chance to score points because a lot of people don't know who Newsom is. So this is a chance to get him known nationally. Oh, I'm done.
LaJuan J. Johnson.
When I see Gavin Newsom, I see Bill Clinton 2.0 without being in the White House. He has perfected the art of lying in your face with a smile. And you can see what he is doing and what he's done. But he tells you, don't believe what you see. Believe what I say. The fires, the homelessness. In this situation right here, if you still believe in Gavin Newsom, you still believe in Santa Claus.
That part.
But you know what? The difference between him and Bill Clinton is where he put the cigar.
That point. No, Gavin Newsom is who he is. Man, look here. He is the epitome of white men speak with forked tongue. Okay. But that's how Californians like it. Because they keep putting them in. They like that. So I don't look. When I tell you the carcasses are piling up, and I mean that, I don't have no empathy enough for none of them. Because they keep putting them in office. None of them.
I have another one here. Hold on.
Important. In California, we had a situation where stores were being looted by people. There was no ramifications. The people of California put Proposition 36 on the ballot that in essence made it stiffer penalties and stopped people from stealing. Gavin Newsom opposed it. This was just a couple of months ago. Gavin Newsom opposed it, and the people of California voted almost 70%. So those are important facts.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Dr. Short. I know that you mentioned that this is a way that they have orchestrated to try to basically get rid of Trump. Do you think this is a play by the Democratic Party, Dr. Short?
The California Democratic Party runs the National Democratic Party. They have going ever since California became the most populous state, and definitely after the human sacrifice of over 1,000 Black people in Jonestown, Guyana, in the late 70s. So it's over dead Black women and children that all the people that are politically connected, that's Maxine, that's Pelosi, all of them are connected to that communistic church called the People's Temple, run by a pedophile, sodomite, drug addict, racist by the name of Jim Jones. And they still got niggas drinking Kool-Aid.
Wow. Wow. So you guys in the chat, I want you guys to tell us if you've ever been a part of a protest. It's very important that I ask this question because I'm gonna get to a point here where I'm gonna just show you guys something, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking this question.
To really wonder what the heck is going on. The No Kings protest that's happening all over America on June 14th, funded by Walmart.
And we're gonna look into No Kings protest. They're having this Saturday is most areas are having the Juneteenth celebrations, but President Trump it's the Flag Day, and it happened to be his birthday or whatever. So he's having like a birthday thing. A lot of presidents do this, whatever. But they doing an anti-king protest, saying that Trump wants to be king. And this is what this gentleman is talking about. And then I have their website. We're gonna go over their website as well.
The No Kings protest that's happening all over America on June 14th, funded by Walmart. Right there, paid for by Christy Walton. Christy Walton is the billionaire heiress of Walmart, worth almost $20 billion. What do you think her end game here is? Like, is she really worried about authoritarianism or human rights abuses? Or is she just after cheap labor? Okay, over 70% of SNAP recipients and Medicaid users were full-time workers, and many of them are from Walmart. The irony is certainly not lost on me that the biggest organized protest against a so-called king is being organized by an oligarch. I mean, I don't think it's by accident that the bottom 50% of China holds twice as much wealth as the bottom 50% of America. Okay, China is the blue line, America is the red line. This should wake a lot of people up. Like, think about it. Why is China, where we get all our cheap goods from, why are they able to pay their workers, but not us? It's almost like they're trying to distract us from everything other than paying people a living wage. Let me know what you think.
The why? What's your thoughts on that? Your mic muted.
Yeah, seeing this is my first time seeing this video. I'm still processing what he's saying. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I got to fact check it.
The other day, what I did is talked about how me and Sister Azima did a show. We was talking about how a protest usually starts off very organically for a good cause. This is our constitutional right to protest.
Okay.
However, I would say 95% of the protests that we see usually get hijacked. People come in, people with money, they come in, they agitate the protest, they don't enhance their voice, they agitate the protest, and they're paid to do it. They're paid by outside forces that have a different agenda to come in and basically hijack the protest. So on this No Kings Day that they're organizing, and I'm gonna show their website in 1 second. This is being funded by one of the Walton family members. I did some research in the Walton family that says that she has nothing. They said she has nothing to do with the stores, and this is her personal thing. She did admit to, like, this is my personal thing, but she has $19 billion in her war chest to do this. What say you, Brother Juan?
Well, my next question would be, how would that benefit her to promote this? what does she has to gain from this? You're sitting on 19 billion. You can't even spend that in a lifetime. Think about that. So what is her gain in supporting this? Because again, she don't live this. She's not living the life of the middle class, the lower class. I mean, she's at a whole different status category. So what is her gain? Is it just playing games? Trying to manipulate the masses of people? When you got that type of money, like the Soros, the Gates, the Musk, you sitting on billions. What's the end game for her? I don't know. I mean, because they're global. So say this. Say if they did succeed in shut down America, their tentacles are in other countries too, under different names. But what's the end game for her to support this? I don't know.
Steph C.
Listen, I want to remind everybody, we've done a broadcast highlighting this oligarchy, as they like to call it. Okay. We've done several broadcasts waking up these hidden hands in the past, ladies and gentlemen. And Chrissy Walton was one of them that we brought to your attention, okay, in our previous Pat Talk. Definitely make sure y'all go check it out. Chrissy Walton, Ari Emanuel, okay, Barry, something else. We woke all of these oligarchs up, and you'll hear from the Democratic Party, the deep state, that they are quote unquote fighting the oligarch when they're the oligarch. Each side has its own billionaire oligarchs who believe in moving and herding people like cattle via their wealth with their money. They've always used their money to control the masses. However, with this last election, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're seeing a greater increase of that veil being burned when it comes to the hidden hands. Now, you got a Chrissy Walton in this case who say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just putting a name on it. I'm not gonna play with y'all no more. I'm I'm doing this because I need things to go the way I need them to go, and I have a big enough bag to make sure that it happens. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You pay to play, man. These folks, when you start dealing with generations and generations of wealth, you're talking about individuals who have the capital to have secured their grandchildren's livelihoods. Okay? We're talking about people who have zero concern about the 10th generations to follow after them because they're good. And in order for them to maintain and be good, they must control the masses right now. To ensure that, ladies and gentlemen, this propaganda, these illegals in particular, they're one part of the bigger scope. Okay? They're one part that may be a couple pieces on the chessboard, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the bigger scope of what these oligarchs want to do overall. Okay? We know that the World Economic Forum has always had their filthy fingers in shit that goes on with our people. Okay? These people work with them directly. They have all the connections to the British Empire. All of those families, everybody works together. It's just one side of this particular coin when we say one the one side that I'm referring to is how the Democrats believe in psyop and psychological manipulation in order to control the masses. On the other side, it's more brute force. It's more direct. It's not sugarcoated. However, both believe in controlling the masses collectively. We're just seeing one side crash out because their whole thing has been a master of illusion. Okay? These are the original Houdinis. I love the fact that Chrissy Walton may potentially burn her whole shit up by putting her name on more of these efforts. You know, when you see these things and it's quote unquote scheduled, okay, let's be clear. Chrissy Walton is not the only one who decide to put her money where her mouth is when it comes to prioritizing what she wants secured for her family. She's just one of the people who was chosen at this point in time to be out in front. Remember, Black Lives Matter, the way that whole thing got sabotaged and snatched up, Soros was chosen at the time. Okay? There will be another oligarch. Let's be very clear. If I had my soundboard, Kamala Harris will be helping me out. There will be another oligarch coming out in the forefront, financing more propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It is about co-opting the minds of the masses. The brute force is the very last resort. All of this other stuff they do before they have to resort to the brute force. Does not mean it won't come. Does not mean that there isn't a strong potential, ladies and gentlemen, of seeing tons and tons of armored vehicles coming through your communities, snatching folks. Right now, this is the lighter version of it. Oligarchs got the money to put behind what they're trying to do.
But
And
do they
clearly,
have
as we
Chef C, do they have a number where you could turn an illegal immigrant in and you can get a couple dollars?
well, I told folks before I hit a lick. I hit 2 licks. I've been trying to hit more licks with this latest one. But yeah, you hold on, let me get that number right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay?
Let me say this. I think that when you were in America, you think about how this system is. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
America has to take the temperature of the masses to see where we are. We don't never think about, to see how sick a person is. You use the thermometer. Well, how do you determine how sick America is? You got to have these type of test rounds, these type of protests. See where the people are. See how much to determine how much pressure to apply to the masses. I see this as like a temperature gauge, as to determine how much pressure do we apply on the 14th and moving forward. We always talk about when America catches a cold, black folks catch pneumonia. Well, this is no different right here. The powers that be has to find out just where are we at, so we know what pressure to apply. Okay, that's how I see it.
Dr. Short.
Well, I'm going to simply say that this is just the latest manifestation of temperature testing, as Chef C, not Chef C, but Lone Wolf. Black Lesbians Matter was the thing for a while. And then it was the gay shit, and now it's this.
Mm-hmm.
They invent movements They invented the classification Hispanic in 1970. They invented, feminism and all. They make things to distract, control, and manipulate. And this is being done. But I will tell you, my saying is, we woke, we grown, we don't vote, we stay home. My other one is just say go instead of just say no. My other one is life will get great once we have a Kent State. If these people keep messing around, the Ford Foundation, other people were funding the anti-Vietnam War protests until some people got shot at Kent State. Then everybody's ass got a new perspective about how to behave. And if these people keep fucking around, they're going to find out that the opposing side of the deep state of the oligarchy has no problems killing a few chickens to show the other side that, they don't like what's happening. And then they'll come together and figure out what they're going to do. Those of us that remember Nixon, those of us that remember Kent State, where there were Vietnam War protests everywhere, people just doing shit. And once they off those white kids at Kent State, damn, all Vietnam War, these white motherfuckers put their ties and shit back on, got haircuts, and went back to hating black people. If these people mess around, you're going to see a mass shooting situation. And you know what? The people are going to rally more or less to, in particular if it's white males, who shoot to a crowd. And it's the same people that were the communists, that were agitating the students at the Kent State, that wanted a bloodbath. You'll find a lot of rich people are Marxists. Maybe that Walmart lady is a communist. There are a lot of communists, super rich people. They're so weird in their system that makes them rich. When you they still money, communism becomes to steal even more from the other people, making them think that they're going to have this state. Rich people and they're rich people in all these socialist, communist places. In fact, it's another way to take more stuff that you couldn't get otherwise. So in reality, I would say the oligarchs here are jealous of the kind of power that the Chinese Communist Party has. This is why Gates and Elon Musk and all these other people copy. They like the way the Chinese people have it, where basically you can't do anything. You got a social credit based on your opinions and your ideas. They want space age feudalism, but they have conflicting ideas on how to achieve it. Remember, just before the Renaissance, and really even after, what was it called? It was called feudal Europe. And once they went into their age of
Short dropped. As y'all heard, his communication was going crazy. I just let him continue because I had a feeling it was going to drop eventually. He'll come back. Hopefully. Chef C, do you have that number?
Oh, with pleasure, sir. I hope you can hear me.
Yes. We can hear you well.
Okay, 866-347 2423. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
347-2733.
That's right.
And what is this number, Chef C?
No, excuse me. That's 2433.
Hold on.
Let's
866.
Yeah.
347.
Yeah, 866-347
27.
2423. 33. Let me put in the chat. Hold on.
It's there. I got it. It's right there. What is this number?
Oh, yes, chat. Chat, that is the number to ICE, ladies and gentlemen. That is the number to ICE for everyone to, uh, uh, you know, uh, practice their civic duty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I have successfully reunited some families over the years,
Yeah.
and I want to encourage you all to be the moral fiber, be the moral compass of America that we've been known to be, ladies and gentlemen. These folks with their abuelitas,
Yeah.
okay?
Are
I
they giving out
believe
a
in
cash
y'all.
reward? See, are they giving out a cash reward? Do they give you a PIN number for a cash reward here?
Right. Well, so I don't know what the new program is, but the old program was very successful. They hit me with they hit me with the direct deposit. Okay, on my first two licks. Okay, I mean, excuse me, not licks. Civic duty. Uh, you know. Um,
Because if you allow them in your house, that's harboring a fugitive, right?
I don't want to be associated with that. I don't think anybody should be associated with harboring and aiding and abetting in any way, shape, or form, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, it is in your better interest that you look out for these families. You can tell they got relatives that are missing each other.
And you guys in the chat, that first cash app is from the soil. Hit that cash app. Also hit Lone Wolf's cash app, which is there, and myself. Make sure you guys donate to our channels. Is very important because donating to our channels is how we keep the broadcast going. I know it appears that we may do this for free, but it's a lot of things that go on with being able to get a broadcast together, get all of us together at the same time. All of us outside of Brother Juan J. Johnson, who's retired, but he's doing some other stuff. Um, we work really, really hard. And that's one of the issues is that I basically don't have a schedule. I work until I work until it's over, till they get the blood up out of me. So, support what we're doing with the channels and really, um, this is how the channels grow. We always appreciate you guys liking, sharing in the comments, being active, but we believe that our channels are growing, but they're growing slowly. And we need your support. We need your help. And those are the cash apps. Those are our three cash apps. Dr. Shorts, I have his information up here as well. Now you said that is the ICE number, huh, brother Chef C?
Yeah. I just want to reiterate something tonight, since Q is our gracious host for tonight. Hit that brother's cash app. Don't hit mine. $ L Talk 5600. Q is our
So,
gracious host tonight. Hit him up. But yeah, ICE, ladies and gentlemen, you can get
Hungry
anywhere
Black Man
from.
has a question for you, Chef. Chef, I don't know if you can see it. He said, "Hey, Chef, what's the criteria?" He said he need to make a report.
Yeah. Listen. Let me tell y'all how it goes down, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let me get everybody up to speed. You call. Now, here's what I've learned through the trial and error process. Okay. That means I've called at least 20 times. Okay. Yeah, let me be very clear about that. Means I've called at least 20 times. ICE. Okay.
What do you have to lose?
Okay. So
That's what
now,
Donald said. What do you got to lose?
yeah, there's nothing to lose there. Appreciate you, Brother Black Learn, for the cash app, sir. Thank you. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you, Brother Black Learn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to reunite these families, the best way to do that is one, give ICE your government name. I know you think you still got some form of privacy. Let me be clear about this. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay? You thinking that you are under the radar does not exist anymore.
It's the
Let
grid.
you
Now they looking up the grid.
okay? So they all know who you are, who everybody is. Okay? Now, to ensure that, well, at least to increase your chances of getting called back, give them your name. They're going to ask you where, who, what. Is better that you try to know the names of these folks, particularly, or at the bare minimum, how often these people who need to, reconnect with their family show up at a particular location at a specific time. Okay? Start there. You want to make sure that you got the description down pack. Okay, you, like I mentioned before, give your name. Make sure your contact information is up to speed. And after you've made your report, I recommend following up at least 3 to 5 times. You got to put a little work to get this. I don't know what the new reward is, but I have successfully got $1,200 the first time.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Oh man. Do your white
Okay.
duty, Chef Sting. Do your white duty. Whiteness,
Well,
brother.
I'm a white American. Okay, I'm a white American
Oh,
living a white
oh.
life. I'm doing the white thing. Okay. So
Hey, Jibba Jabba, we're in Pennsylvania, baby. We might be able to get a lot more than 1,200, man. New Jersey be tight. Us in PA, man, we might be able to get a couple grand, man.
well, listen. Well, I want to be clear about this particular process. This happened about 3 years ago. So, and that was when it wasn't popular. Okay, to at least get involved in that civic duty. Okay, this was when I was labeled a snitch. Highly, highly appreciate the label that I achieved, I accomplished at that time.
Snitch for
Being labeled,
Jesus.
yeah, but see, that was the first lick. The second lick was 1,600.
Ooh,
Let me
1,600.
be. Let me say it one more time. The first lick was 12. The second was 16.
Chef C, text me the number. Lead me, Lord, lead me to thy righteousness. Make
There's the
thy
number there
way
on
plain
the
before
screen.
thy throne.
Brother Q, the number is pinned. Correct, sir?
Yes, it's pinned.
Okay. Now, now I do want to be clear. There are some different protocols this time around. Okay. What y'all have to be aware is that it's my understanding that they're not giving as big a lick this time. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to call it a lick anymore.
You mean a RuPaul?
Right.
It's not. It's actually it's not a lick, Chef C. You are doing what it is to be a proud American. You are doing your civic duty.
So you mean a
Absolutely,
Don
sir.
Lemon?
I
Don
definitely
Lemon?
deserve a purple heart. I got to tell you, this is, I felt, that my life was in danger. Okay, having made these calls, and I still do. But ladies and gentlemen, we're American. Okay, we have a civic obligation. Okay, there's a civic obligation for us to just simply make the call, and everybody know all the spots. Everybody knows the spots. You can't sit here and tell me you don't. Okay, so it's just about being a little persistent. Have
Local
I hit a
Valerian.
third? Have I hit a third lick? Not yet.
Wawa.
Okay, but I'm working on it. Um, I would also encourage many folks to move into your nearest Latino community, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Thank you, Sister April. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Juan J. Johnson, I don't usually get trumped up, as they say, as much as you've been smiling while Chef C was talking, more than I was. And I know it brings you great joy to hear Chef C and the patriarchy proud to be using this number, working hand in hand with law enforcement. What do you have to say, Brother Juan J. Johnson, as our retired law enforcement on the panel?
A couple of months ago, I pulled out the badge to deputize.
Come on, man.
And I still stand on deputizing all those who see this broadcast near and far, years from now, because this is war, family. This is a war for resources. And I can remember back in 2018 when the Asians, Latinos got together and shut down them damn stores, even the Indians. I ain't forgot that. It was a coordinated strike nationwide. They shut down the cleaners, the carryouts, everything. It was war. That was a declaration of war on the Black community. Because we had all our clothes in the Korean cleaners. We couldn't go to those Indian convenience stores to buy some more cheap clothes. Okay, Latinos
Right.
cutting grass or whatever they was doing. Okay, that was a declaration of war. We need to reframe this whole conversation. It's not so much as supporting them. We are, and they are at war for the resources. They've showed us. They've told us we ain't hiring you. And if we do hire you, it's only as a buffer for the community. Meaning we're gonna get one of y'all in here to be the eyes and ears for the location that you come and support to make sure we don't get robbed. Okay, but no, we at war for the resources. So yes, I smile because you know what? Yes, I'm all on board. Get them out of here immediately. Do not pass.
Right.
And do not collect $200. Monopoly, man. Because I don't see them hiring us on some of these.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah, they're not hiring us in their businesses. I can go to any supermarket, foodways, grocery stores. I don't see not one Black American working in their grocery stores.
Brother Juan, I actually, which is amazing, right? For my seeded watermelon and my jackfruit, I actually got to go to the Bravo.
Yeah.
And I think I go to the Bravo probably once or twice a week because they got these special sausages that I like. But you're right. You don't see nobody. You don't see none of us working in the Bravo. Actually, the guy that does the cooking in their little a la carte stand, he's dark as me, but he don't speak no English. But none of us work there. Dr. Short, I know they keep taking you down. What are you going to call that 1-866 number, Dr. Short?
I just wanted to text it to me because I'm going to let the Lord lead me, and I'm going to snitch for white Jesus. I'm going to snitch until he calls me home.
Right. Come on. Let Jesus take the wheel.
Must white Jesus bear the cross alone and all the illegals go free?
No.
Oh, no, there's a snitch dime for everyone. There's a snitch dime for you and me. Amen.
Amen.
I just texted to you, Dr. Short, and I said, it's an American flag, and I said, please do your civic duty.
To bang illegal booty.
So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. And I want to know if anybody's participating in this.
Mm.
This is called, in America, this is called No Kings. This is their website. This is the website that Miss Walton is behind. In America, we don't do kings. They defend our court. They defied our courts. Deported Americans, disappeared people off the streets, attacked our civil rights, and slashed our services. The corruption has gone too far. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. Oh, they even have it. Look.
Every day in this country, something powerful is happening. People are rising for each other, for democracy, and for our collective freedom. We have chosen not to live in fear or let division destroy this country. We believe in something bigger than ourselves and the promise of freedom and justice for all. But now, our rights and our freedoms are under attack. We can point fingers or we can take action. This spring, millions of us united for one of the largest peaceful protests in the history of the United States. Together, we told Trump and his billionaire administration to keep their greedy hands off our health care, our veterans' benefits, our public lands, our rights. Courage is contagious, and now we're taking to the streets again on Saturday, June 14th for No King's Day. While Trump wastes tens of millions of taxpayer dollars on a military parade for his birthday, acting like a wannabe king, people in every state have organized over 1,800 events in their communities to uphold democracy and protect our rights. People standing side by side for the future we all deserve. We don't do kings in the United States. We believe power belongs with the people. Join us on Saturday, June 14th. Go to nokings.org to find the protest near you.
Hold on. 1 second. I gotta show you how the rest of this. It's important for us to understand how massive these people want to do this, and what they show. Hold on.
It sounds like feminism on steroids.
Yep. Yep. Look at this map, you guys.
It's the 4B movement remixed.
Explain the chef. Chef.
Yes, sir.
Explain what you mean by 4B.
That 4B movement were a bunch of lesbos and radical lefties shaving their heads and talking about they wasn't letting that man get no coochie for a couple of days. And they went on a little strike or whatever. But again, that's also another Soros-funded, deep state-funded movement. All of these fake movements are manufactured, financed manufacturing, and even the production of that bullshit commercial was a funded production. This is all $5 Hollywood knockoff stuff that they doing here, and a bunch of goofies are falling for it. I can't wait till these carcasses get stepped over. I'm definitely gonna be cartwheeling over some damn. Tell you that right now.
No, hold on. No Kings. You said how much is No Kings paying for an hour? Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you. I got it. I'm gonna send you out what they're paying.
I think it's $200.
Yeah, it's something like that. I thought I had it in my system already. What do you say, Dr. Short?
Oh God, this is Black Lesbians Matter all over again. It's boring, but here's the thing. this FBI, the Department of Justice and all, if these people do any of what I think they're interested in doing, this thing's the back of this thing's going to get broken. You know, this is like a political premature ejaculation. I mean, there's no baby that's going to be born. And so you may have to still take a shower, but it's not the same as if you were expecting a child to come out of it. It's just people aren't feeling this. People aren't feeling this, but I'm hoping something happens. What I really need to see come out of this is for white America to recognize that they need more than just buyer's remorse in terms of trying to replace black people, but that they need to up their game about preserving their white republic. Otherwise, they can hang it up. These people that you don't like that used to pick your lettuce and shit, they're going to take over. And that is their movement, the Aztlan movement, is to take all of what was taken from Mexico in 1848 and return it. The United States is worried about Russia getting cracked.
There's the Craigslist. There's the Craigslist ad that was in Craigslist or whatever ad that was for the job. Looking for the toughest badasses in the city.
But anytime they're talking about Russia getting Crimea back, they need to worry about these people getting New Mexico, Colorado, California, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma. That's how these people, they think all that is theirs. So, you know, white folk, you know, I was watching the Alamo last night. I'm going to have to do some Alamo shit again and some Sam Houston shit again because, you know, as they said with the Beastie Boys, you got to fight for your right to party. You have to fight for your right to say white is superior. It's not going to be just taken as de facto. And so now white supremacy is being challenged by its own contradictions. And you brought these people in, you gave them all this money, get everything, break down and punish the Black American people to destroy us with this depopulation, which doesn't respect them. So what are they going to do? What you going to do, white man and white woman? It's not the darkies. It's not the niggas. It's the people that you hate the most that you still wipe out. They're not doing this. What are you going to do with your Black replacement population? Are you going to continue to let them run wild? Or are you going to have to decide to strip them of their honorary white status? And even so, there are going to be major problems. So they've made a mess. You see, hate solves no problems, but sometimes there is an expediency or a pragmatism that comes with hatred and discrimination where you seem like you're ahead, but you're really not. And that's the situation that we've gotten. They really thought they could hate their way into having a forever empire of their American exceptionalism. Except we're going to help everybody except Black people. We're going to let everybody have some of this except for the Black people that built it. Well, look at where that's getting them. I don't see a completely nonviolent or peaceful scenario. I see somebody having to do some old school, you know, like the old Western movies we grew up with, one where they fight with the Mexican bandits and shit. Don grew up watching that shit, the Cisco Kid and all that. Somebody had to kick some mariachi ass.
I agree with you, Doc. I think that white America really miscalculated the Black community in our support for the immigrants. especially the Democrat Party. I think they really miscalculated the hurt from the sisters. The sisters went from being hurt to being hateful. Because you can be hurtful, but when you're hurt turn to hatred, you look, you're seeing more sisters saying, we're not getting down with this. You're on your own. Okay? Because they was what? The immigrants, they stood with their chest out. We're on board for Trump. Okay? And when Trump won, the sisterhood was like, you know what? We're done with y'all. Remember, because they was the biggest proponent for trans, immigration, everything. It's always been the sisters. Not no more. The sisters are done. And they're not getting back on board. And so, the immigrant community can say what they want. If they want to pander, they better pander to the sisters.
I think that we discussed this numerous times in reference to the Democratic Party, and I know sometimes we use very harsh words when we criticize the Democratic Party, or furthermore the Republican Party. The Republican Party for acting like certain things don't exist, certain things ain't there, and the Democratic Party for literally the benign neglect. One thing that I witnessed with this immigration and understanding their shift that they done since President Obama, who was pro-immigration, and now the whole party has been, President Obama, who was anti-immigration, he was known as the deporter in chief, and then the whole party made a complete shift. The Democratic Party is anti-American. We need to come to grips with that. And I know it's hard, and it may seem hurtful because we have family members. I have a person that's very close to me that she's a vice president, Democratic chair in the community. She's a mentor, actually. But when it comes to their national politics and what they believe, literally, I will tell anybody they are anti-American. What the fundamental things that America that's supposed to be about, the Democratic Party is not about that anymore. We need to come to grips with that. And I know it seems extreme, but it is what it is. Shared bathrooms, women saying that they ain't women, you got to be called a cis. Will not want to identify as a man. The poor schools everywhere, and they still want to just continue stealing money. And this whole illegal thing, and this is where they get us. They don't want to say they're illegal. Where you got people like Bakari Sellers sellout ass sitting up there comparing.
Now that's my alcoholic cousin. He really is. Okay. He's an alcoholic. I'm sorry. And his family's snooty. When I tried to meet them years ago, they got mad. I mean, I didn't do anything. I was just saying, you're family's from Georgia originally. Your name is Sellers. My family's from Georgia. Our name is Sellers. We live in the same place, same name, right? No one said no. They just, so they're fooling themselves. Bakari, he got busted. He went to one of those South Carolina football games, drank, and the whitey's waiting, busted him, and got a DUI. His political career has been on ice, and he's trying to find his way. Okay. I do have a lot of coons on that side of the family. I don't know why. But his father, Cleveland Sellers, was a real fighter for Black people as best he could. But, your nut does not convey your commitment to the struggle or your incorruptibility or your courage. And so Cleveland Sellers, a great man. Bakari Sellers is one of these legacy pimps. They're in all the families. There's some in Malcolm X's family, Dr. King's family, Adam Clayton Powell's family, all of these legacy Negroes who want people to take them seriously because their parents did something. That's like wanting to be called a father because your dad busted a nut and you're childless. So don't let Bakari upset you. He's, in fact, send him some, I don't know, you can send him something in emetic so he doesn't drink, or you can send him a fifth or something so he can get drunk and not drive Bakari. And Negro, you talk too much on CNN, the advocate elected in South Carolina, and that little Mahalia Jackson looking nigga, Jamie Harrison, who left the DNC. Did you see that? The black dude that was married to another man, they would jump in the broom. They probably poked themselves with the broom after they jumped it.
Oh,
The Democrats are useless. They're all useless. You almost miss AIDS and shit when you see all the stuff that they do.
Pause. Oh shit.
so you guys in the chat, remember to support our channels, like, share, subscribe. That's the best way that we're going to grow.
And
we have to
everybody
grow
needs to know,
organically,
I
guys.
never, ever, 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 ever get Cash App when I do Pat Talk, but I do it anyway. I know niggas be mad at me. I don't give a fuck. But you know what? Ain't that a bitch, Chef C? But you know what? We wouldn't have a Pat Talk were it not for Chef C. So I'm not mad you give to Chef C. But I have to say, we always assume that Pat Talk people would be a little more generous. If this were Fag Talk, oh my God. This month too, we'd be getting all kinds of power talks, condoms, lube. We on straight stuff. Why are black straight men such fucking tightwad bitches? Just asking. Folk invest in the sodomites. They invest in the studs. Like that ugly bitch Karen Bass and what's that one? Lori Dykefoot from Chicago. I called them the unfounding fathers, the ugly assholes running cities in the ground. How come street black men don't fucking pay for anything? They don't even do child support as often as they should. We need to up our game because you know what? The people be giving money, they be the black women. We be kicking black women in the ass hard. This one of the few platforms where we talk to the pork chops like they need to be cussed out by. And y'all listen to this shit, and yet this is better than Monday Night Football. Okay. I should be ran on Brother Q. Kick on like yours. In fact, that's probably why they see it. Lone Wolf, Bless him, and definitely Chef C. They probably like Chef C because he made good hot dog. I hope y'all eating them.
Well, if you're in Florida, you guys, this is what needs to be said about anybody that lives in Florida.
There's no misunderstanding today. This is a peaceful protest. This is a riot. We can tell the difference. The governor can tell the difference. Our law enforcement officers can tell the difference. In the event you didn't get that, let me show you something. This is a peaceful protest. This is looting. If you loot, the next thing you can try to steal is something off of your food tray at the county jail, because you're going to jail. That's a guarantee. And we're going to enjoy taking you down there.
And no trip to Burger King first either.
Like I said, if you one thing, I would not suggest anybody to participate in any of these protests. I mean, not last year, but during George Floyd's situation, right? I went to a protest. I happened to be driving through, so I said, "Oh, what's going on?" It was protesting. I said, "Let me get out," and I stood there and I listened, And these people was yelling, and they weren't saying nothing. They were yelling and wasn't saying nothing. Nobody can tell you, and they were white as white. And they can't tell you or speak for your injustice. If you're dealing with injustice every day, they can't speak for me. They can't speak for you. We're never the voice. And if you look at it, we're never the voice of our causes. Our causes get hijacked by people.
And part of that is because we don't give to people that speak for us. We somehow think Chef C or Lone Wolf or everything is free when it's for us, but we pay everybody else. It's a fucked up trait. You're a fucked up individual if that's how you approach Black stuff. What's needed or what needs to be said should be free, and bullshit should be overcompensated. That's some psycho shit. And by the way, nobody respects Black Americans because they see that shit in us.
I want to salute brother or sister Nagas. I can't pronounce
Black
it.
Larian. That's Black Larian. That's Black Larian.
That's Black Larian?
Yeah.
Abacon?
Black Larian. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Black Larian.
That's Black Larian. Yeah.
Salute for the cash app. Salute. Look, let me say something. If you're Black and you're out there protesting and you get caught up, don't look for no sympathy, empathy, and don't look for no type of help. None. You get what you deserve.
And you know what? They may use hot sauce instead of Vaseline when they lock you up.
And they deserve that too.
And remember,
men died in North Africa fighting the Germans. Black men died at Anzio Beach, at Palermo, at Naples, to free Rome, to free Paris, to free Europe. Damn it! Yeah. We died to build America. And America has rebuilt Germany and Japan. And the nigger is still suffering and dying in the streets of America.
and I approve this message by the minister, Black men will not be dying this weekend for their causes.
No. And the ones that do, they deserve it.
We will be for those that choose to celebrate Juneteenth. Go to a Juneteenth celebration. Most of them
A
got
real
them
Juneteenth, not some fake ass tether bullshit with people twerking and putting different colors on their asses and shit. No,
they got the red, black, and green colors.
Yeah, and having black, yellow, and green strap-ons and stuff. That's not Juneteenth. That's Coonteenth. And you know who celebrates Coonteenth? Coons.
So we're gonna close this broadcast. We ain't gonna keep you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, Chef C is shaking and moving you guys. So safe travels on Chef C as he makes his way back home. And know that, like I said before the broadcast when we first started, if you would like Chef C to be 100% here hosting every day, all day, retire him. Hit his Cash App. One of the things that Chef D is self-funded. And, you know, he has his own business. So if he don't be his chef every day, he don't eat. Man don't work, man don't eat. He don't work nowhere else. That's what he does. So a lot of times he has to do a gig, and this particular gig that he doing took him out of the state. So, you know, we gonna pray that he gets home safe and sound and back with us. Hopefully we'll be doing another broadcast soon, and real soon, with the next couple of days, and you know, maybe it'll be a bit longer. We'll have some, you know, because you know, usually we'll have some crazy stuff going on. We still going to discuss the auto pen. We still going to go over the Diddy trial, and there's a couple other things that we're going to wind up discussing in the next Pat Talk or two. But Brother Juan J. Johnson, Any final thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I want to lead the family with this. We are in some very interesting times. I would say very dangerous times. And I keep reminding the people that when these immigrants come over here and become citizens, one of the first things they do is become responsible gun owners, gun users. They go to the range, they get their guns, their permits. I've trained Jamaicans, Africans, Latinos, Caribbeans, you name it, Chinese, white, Russians. They all have one thing in common. They want to protect themselves. So I'm going to ask the question again. Have you considered a revolver? Have you considered a semi-automatic? Have you considered a shotgun? Have you considered a rifle? Because if things don't get better, you can trust and believe it's going to be some heat out here. And if you can't come through along with firearms, go to somebody. I just need you to become responsible gun owners, gun users. I need you to embrace your Second Amendment. It's not a suggestion. It's the right of the people. And if you don't want to know gun, get involved in some type of self-defense so you can put your palms on somebody, not a fist, but a palm strike. You know what I'm saying? Know how to kick some folks. Know how to put your hands on some folks, at least buy some time. Okay? That's what I need you to do. Because again, we live inside some very dangerous times. You need to be up on it. I land my plane with that. It's gonna be a bat signal.
Nigga crazy.
You been cut that wolf off. You must be stuck.
What have you done for me lately? It's Coons. What have y'all done for us lately? What have you done?
He went back to the 90s with the skipping CDs on that one. That was the skipping CD.
Yeah. So again,
I'm gonna let Chef C close it out, but I'm gonna say before Chef C close the show out, I'm gonna say this, and this is for myself, brothers on the panel, anybody. Don't let Carlos and the DNC get you tricked out your spot, because I'm telling you, they watching them protests, and if you do anything in them protests, they got facial recognition, and they will ship you up out of here if you harm that National Guard, anybody in law enforcement. You mysteriously, all these rocks and bricks is there at the protest. You pick up one of them rocks and bricks and you cause harm. Let me tell y'all, a lot of people may not want to admit it, but ask anybody that been through the bullshit. They got some spots for you, man, where your family will have to get on a plane to come see you. And ain't no guarantee you coming home. You might be coming home in a box. Don't let these people trick you out your spot. I'm not trying to fear you. I'm just giving you reality. Reality. Don't get caught at them protests doing some dumb shit. Don't let these people trick you out your spot.
Well,
I'm gonna land my plane with. Go ahead, Brother Juan.
If you decide to go down there and get caught up, you deserve everything you get. Everything.
You muted your mic, Juan. Your mic went on mute.
Yeah, time served, locked up. You deserve it. It's almost like these folks, they need a patsy. They need a scapegoat. And they'll use you, put you out there, and then pull back. And you get caught up in that charge. I've seen it before. There's always an agitator who's the loudest one, who know how to fade to the back, and has some old ignorant, emotional, male or female, will go out there and be the face, and they get snatched. So if you go out there, you deserve exactly what you get. There will be no empathy or sympathy. Lock your ass up. And I mean that. That's a carcass. Matter of fact, going out there. Yeah, going out there. Get locked up.
Brother Juan J. Johnson.
Yeah.
Chef C.
No. Listen, shout out to Brother Juan. Shout out to you, Brother Q. I agree with Brother Juan 1000%. Pack yourself up. You out there like a damn fool. Pack yourself up. You be doing us a damn favor. Okay? Get you the fuck up out the way, you immigration sympathizer. Okay? You can sympathize with an immigrant who invaded your community more than you can sympathize with what appears to be nationwide ruins of what used to be predominantly Black American communities. You need to get packed up. So I'm definitely in support of what my brother Juan J. Johnson is saying. You deserve every bunch of hemming and foot on your neck that you could potentially get from any of them folks. I hope you get gassed. I hope they spray you with bear spray, all type of shit, so your ass is blind, you dumb fuck. So yeah, you'll be doing us a favor getting packed up out of here. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely want to thank all of y'all for rocking with us. A major thank you to my brother Q for picking up the taking the torch and getting us going today. We needed him to spearhead this thing and hold it down the way he holds it down. So thank you again, Q, for doing what you do. Y'all hit Brother Q's Cash App $ L Talk 5600, being our gracious host for tonight's broadcast. And we will catch y'all on the flip side, ladies and gentlemen. This is the hate that immigration produced, as far as I'm concerned. I land with that.